Some pronunciation practice now. Please come in and join me. Hello there. Yes, I've got 2 more lessons today. So first of all, I'm going to look at some practice for pronunciation, some sentences. They're just short sentences, so I want to read them and work on them quite a lot, getting them good. Because we have the time with one little sentence. So we're going to look at the sounds w and th and the. 2 th sounds and a w sound. W and th and w and the and th. The and th. 2 th sounds and 1 w sound. And then if we have time, we might move on to some more. But here we've got the which one. Which watch was a Swiss watch. How to pronounce w. Warm washing water. So while we were walking, we were watching window washers washing Wellingtons in their window. So w sounds. Let's see if we can do that. Like in one, window, which. One whale swam towards the tower. So here are the sentences with different speakers. We've got a sound file here. We've got an English male, an American female, an Australian female, and a Scottish female sound button here. I'll post the link. Hello, Nino.
Hello. Hello.
Hello there. So let's see if we can read these sentences. I think I'll make them bigger. So make them bigger.
Okay.
There they are, bigger. And
yeah.
So now let's see if we can move round in one at a time and just take turns and then just go round and round until we've done them all, and then we'll go to the next sound. So the way, if you load this page into your browser, then you will see the flags here. The first Red Cross flag is England, and the next flag, you know, is the United States of America. The third flag is Australia, and the fourth flag there is Scotland. And we know that there is a combined flag of the Scottish flag and the English flag, which makes the Union flag, which you can actually see in one of those country flags. Which country flag shows the United Kingdom's Union flag? A lot of flags in the world show it. Here it's in the Australian flag, but it doesn't appear in the United States because the United States was independent since the independence was declared. So the United States is not part of the Commonwealth, but quite strongly linked with the Commonwealth countries. So we've got sentences. Over to you, Nino. Can you read the first one, please? One whale swam towards the tower.
One whale swam towards the tower. The tower.
Yeah, your sound isn't so good, but let's roll through the lists quite quickly. Hazel, hi. Are you coming to play?
Hello. Number 2.
Hazel, please. Yes, your sound is quite low. I don't know what's going wrong today, but we're getting some problems with the sound.
Yes, number 2. Shall I read number 2?
Yes, Joanne, I've just muted you until it's your turn. Unmute when it's your turn, Joanne. So Hazel is reading number 2.
Okay. One woman was swimming quickly between the waves.
Very nice. Yes, very good. You're a good reader. I'll try and pick you up on a few points, Hazel, as we go, but that was very well done. So, Juan, can you do number 3, please? Unmute yourself and then mute yourself later when you finish, please, Juan. Hello, Juan. Hi. Can you?
Now?
Yeah, that's it. Good. Number 3.
Okay. What time is our wedding?
What time is our wedding? Okay, do number 4 too, because that was too short.
We wanted water when we won the.
Yeah, okay, quite easy for you, I think. Good, good. So, Mei-Ying, can you do number 5, please?
Yes. Number 5. Which wood would we require for Wednesday?
Yeah, everyone's doing very well. If we keep doing so well, then I'm going to try to look at something more complicated, maybe a tongue twister or so. So I'll see about that in a moment. So Nino, can you do the next one, please? Maybe you don't know how to pronounce this word because we've got 2 homographs for this word, and so we've got 2 rows, or well, 2 ROWs. So Nino, do you know about 2 ROW words?
No.
Now, in my page about homographs, not homographer, homographs, I have a sentence with 2 of those words together in the same sentence. Hazel, do you remember that sentence?
Yes, with the row and row.
Row and row, yes. Can you make a sentence like that? About the oarsman, I think it was.
Yes, I can't remember exactly the sentence.
Maybe so let's try and make it again. So the oarsman.
Oarsman, row, the...
Well,
Mill. Well, the oarsman had a row about how to row the boat. So this one, we have to think, which one is it? Is it a row argument or row the boat? So Nino, can you read it?
Number 6.
Number 6, Nino.
we were rowing quickly away from the waves.
Yes, it's rowing the boat. Row, row, row the boat. That's right, not row. Can you make a sentence with row, Nino?
I don't really know the meaning of row.
Row is
Row is row.
usually a noun, like an argument.
Because I remember maybe a row, maybe cabbage. I don't know.
A row of apple trees, a row. So there's 3 rows, but 2 of them sound the same. One is a noun, a row of trees. A row of people is a queue. We don't have a row of people. We have a queue or a line, but we have a row of houses. A row of houses. Right, let's go back to the beginning now. Agina, can you take the next one, please, and let me hear you read number 7, please. Agina, are you there? Testing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 then.
I will lower William's wheels while I watch you.
Yeah, very good. I will lower William's wheels while I watch you. Perfectly done. Okay. No tricks there. So let's zoom on. Hazel, next one.
Are there mnemonic sentences, sir?
Sorry, what was that, Nino?
Are there mnemonic sentences?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Mnemonic sentences?
Because I had mnemonic sentence, I used to speak the tongue. Maybe sentences with similar sentences with similar sounds.
Well, words with sounds or sentences.
Words with similar sounds.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of the same sound in these sentences. Yes, like were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next, I would like to just move on anyway. Is it Hazel next?
Yes, number 8.
Yeah.
Beware of windy waterfall when the water is flowing quickly.
Very good. Okay, I think this is all. I'm not sure if we're doing much practice here because it seems to be going too well. So, Juan, you can do number 9, please.
Yes. We don't know whether the weather will be windy or wet.
Now, there's 2 mistakes there, if you don't mind me saying so. The first one was no, because you said
No.
something like, now I know. Can you say now I know?
Now I know.
Yeah, but your now needs to be more ow, like how now, brown cow, ow, now I know.
Now and no.
Now I know.
Now,
Yeah, this is, even the I is not easy because we have diphthongs everywhere. Diphthongs. Ow, I, o. So now I know.
now I know.
Yeah, I might make a page about mixed diphthongs and have lots of little sentences like now I know. So now I know, don't know whether the weather will be windy or the last word. Can you say the last word?
Wet.
Wet. Yeah, make sure that air is a little bit merged with a. Like there is one merger is train and egg. And we had it earlier, actually. We had wet and wait. So wait in the wet. Can you say wait in the wet?
Waiting.
Wait in the wet.
Again.
Wait in
Wait
the wet.
in the wet.
Yeah. So go back to the
Wait
sentence number
in the wet.
9. We don't know whether the weather will be windy or wet.
We don't know whether the weather will be windy or wet.
What's your native language? I can hear. I think you're Spanish, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Spanish.
Yeah, but I can hear a little. I couldn't be sure without seeing your name. I knew it was either French or Spanish, but where we try to get the O on the don't. Okay, so not one mistake is to say we don't know. Get the instead of the O sounds, we try to make an O sound like an R. We don't get the full O. Can you say, for example, oh no, it's my mobile phone? Can you say that?
Oh no, it's my mobile phone.
Yeah, so that sound needs to be in the don't know. So we don't know whether the weather will be windy or wet. Once more.
And we don't know whether the weather.
You're still too daunty. Can you hear the do? Do is not dot, it's do.
Don't.
Don't. Yeah, some words like most is another one, and don't is another one, and won't. These words should all be O sound. Most people don't and won't. O. Okay, so that I think we'll go to that sound for you a bit in a minute. I'm going to make what you should do. If I tell you one sound that seems to have some kind of issue, then you need to go to that page for it and practice those sentences. So, for example, let me see if I can do that. I click on the which and turn it to phone in the URL, and hope to God that it loads because we're in the actual Hangout now, and see if we can get this one, because maybe for you in the room this sound of phone is more difficult than the w sound. So whirling pools of water will wet Wendy's wafers should be turning into phone sounds now, but it's not because we're in the Hangout. When I'm in the Hangout and in Google and then try to use Firefox, I have to get everything ready before I come. So let's move. I'll leave that loading and go over to the TH sound for a moment now. I've got 3 words there. Mother. brother, father. I can click on them. Those two boys are brothers.
Your
And,
sons.
That is a mother to a baby and a father. So we've got some practice here. It's a bit stretched out when I expand the page, but let's see what we can do. So let's move on now. I'll get you back on the phone in a moment, Wang. So Keen, are you there? Keen Goma? All right, let's go to Mei Ling. Can you read quite a few of them now? Let's go quickly now. So please start reading 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Hello, hello everyone.
Yeah, just a moment, Keen. I'll come back to you in a second. Mei Ling now.
Okay. 1. Their mother and brother came.
I want there. It sounded like they.
There.
There. So there. The sound, the keyword sound is chair. Chair.
Okay.
Well, while we're waiting for you, Juan, just keep yourself muted because you've got some background echo. So when it's your turn, put your mic button on again. But when you're not reading, just hold on a minute. Mei Ling, continue, please.
Okay. This the number 2.
Well, go back to number 1 and do a chair for there. Their mother and brother came.
Their mother and brother came.
Perfect. 2.
The man didn't know whether the other brother
Was there.
was there.
Yeah,
was
it's cramped
there.
up because I've made it bigger and it's gone crazy on the page. So the man didn't know whether the other brother was there or not. I could have said. And number 3?
These are the leather things.
Now, that one wasn't good. Once more.
These.
E. So we've got E there, tree.
Okay.
These are the...
These are the leather things.
Now, leather is an interesting one. You have to learn that it's an egg sound. Leather, like head. It's quite strange because it's got the TH with the EA being air. Like head and bread. Sometimes this spelling is air. And here, it looks like leather, but it's leather. So these are the leather things. You know, it's interesting because you can make the sound very easily if you know which sound to make. So sometimes, usually, pronunciation is about knowing. Okay, can you read number 3 again?
Okay. These are the leather things.
I could heard leather a bit. So leather. Get a nice short air. Air is a short leather. Okay. So number 4.
This is
thistle.
smoother.
Thistle.
This thistle is smoother than theirs.
Good. This thistle is smoother than theirs. Okay. I think with my headset on, you can't hear if I click on different speakers here, but you can do that later. And we spoke about Mrs. Thatcher last time I looked at this page, and I asked everybody what a thatcher is, what kind of work they do. Who remembers what a thatcher does?
Is a roof? Is a roof from straws?
A thatched roof is made from straw or dried grass, yes. So do you have it? We have them in England and in Hungary when I was living before. Not so many in Hungary. In England, there are quite a few of them. Well, I say quite a few. I mean, you can see them some places. Do you have any in your country?
Not many. It's rare now.
Yeah, that's why I think there are only 100 or even fewer thatchers. But 100 years ago, there would have been thousands of these people making roofs this way. But now it's a very specialist job, and they're very expensive because they're preserving the old cultures, thatchers. So let's move on now. Nino, can you take over some of these? Can you do number 5?
Okay. The factor is part of one, but one.
And number 6.
It's about thought the weather was pretty.
Yeah, okay. Now I've got the phone page loaded, so I'm going to switch back to it because it's old style actually. So see if it works though. We've got lists of words: grow, flow, slow, show, own, through, though, road, ghost. Lots of words there, and then practice sentences. So, don't phone before you go to the pony show. You left your coat in the boat. Oh, oh, oh. Even though he knows the code, he had to show his pass. So remember, the mistake here is to say "oh," usually. That's the main mistake with this sound. So even though he knows the code, he had to show his pass. This is a mistake. Even though he knows the code, he had to show his pass. So not, I suppose he goes up the road often, but I would say often actually, because we can say that with T or without. T or without. Often, I say. But not suppose, but suppose. Suppose he goes up the road often. So now I'm going to give this one to the phone man. The phone man was, he's gone. Phone man's gone, I think. Yeah, okay. So we'll leave that one for other people now. So Nino, can you just do the first two phones?
Okay. Don't phone before you go to the pony show.
Now I could hear it on some words but not others. So phone came out nicely, but don't was a little bit don't, wasn't it? So I think the problem in English, when we learn from the beginning, some words we mispronounce them in the very first lessons that we have, and we get into bad habits, and then later we learn English and we find that we still have the bad habit. So what do you think, Hazel? Have you any experience of this problem?
Yeah.
I don't know about pronunciation. I don't have much problems with these sounds, I think.
Yeah, but what about the problem I'm describing, that sometimes people go to English lessons at school and they learn a word incorrectly. For example, the word word. Yes. And they learn it in class as ward, or they don't read it much and they think it's ward, and then years later when they're good at English they can't change, they get fixed with a bad habit. Have you ever had a bad habit?
Yes, of course. Yes.
It's difficult to change later if you...
Yeah, it is. You know, and that's why. Could you give me any advice about when you learn a new word? What do you say first, and then I'll tell you my advice about learning new words. Some mistakes people make when they learn new words. What do you think about learning new words, Hazel? If you have a new word, what do you do?
I learn the pronunciation, the spelling, and the stress. We have to learn the stress as well. If the stress may be on the first syllable or the second syllable, and now I've learned from you that the same word can be stressed differently. If the same word is a noun, we usually stress on the first syllable, and if the same word is a verb, we stress on the second or third syllable.
Yeah, that's a common pattern, and I would add that that's very good for pronunciation, and that's a mistake. People generally rush when they learn new words. They spend lots of time learning English, but when they meet a new word, what do? They just dive into the dictionary and then read it quickly and move on. Now, that's probably because we don't have a lot of time these days. But you shouldn't do that, really. You should really take trouble, like Hazel said, you should take trouble to just find out how the word is stressed and pronounced and get into the right habit from the very beginning, because if you don't, then you get into bad habits, and it's really difficult to break habits. and fix things because your mind has learnt it the wrong way. That's worse than not knowing it. And the last thing I'd say, not related to pronunciation, is when you learn a new word, try to learn not one word, but all of the words which go with it. Learn to put the word together, and the word is collocate. To learn to collocate some words, because some words collocate and go together in little pairs. Now, let's continue then. So, Hazel, could you just demonstrate the phone sentences?
Number one. Don't phone before you go to the pony show. You left your coat in the boat. Even though he knows the code, he had to show his pass. I suppose he goes up the road often. He hoped that he had frozen the fish before he came over to visit. His toe was caught in the hose.
Hose, yeah.
Hose.
Yeah. Do you know this word, by the way? Do you know this word, hose?
No.
Sometimes we call it hose pipe. It's something we use in the garden. Who knows a hose pipe? It's a long plastic tube which can be attached to a tap to provide water.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So his toe was caught in the hose. I imagine that he was gardening, and it was a sunny day. He was walking on the grass, and maybe his toe, my toe would never get caught in a hose because my toe is too big to get caught in a hose, I think. So can you go to number 7, please?
Yes. Were you home alone? The proper.
Now this is broken. It's this has got some kind of funny things in it because this page is a very old page and it's on a different site. So move to number 9.
Yes. He drove slowly because he was carrying a heavy load. She said no when asked for a new stove.
Yeah, what is a stove?
It's an oven, no?
Yeah, very good work. So there we have the ASCII art. I'm collecting any ASCII art. If anyone's good at art, ASCII art, I would like an ASCII art picture for every one of the 44 sounds. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have an ASCII art picture. So, for example, in train, I've got a big train. For phone, I've got a phone. And then I'm going to have a limerick. I want a limerick. What is a limerick, Hazel?
It's a kind of poetry with rhymes, isn't it?
Yeah, let's see if we can make one now, please. Using the verbaling chat, we've got... What are the rules, Hazel? Tell us the rules for making a limerick.
I can't remember well. I know.
How many lines are there?
5 or 6.
5. So we've got a... Let me show you an example of one which... Let's see if any of the other pages have got a limerick. So we've got... this page has the ASCII art, but no limerick. So I'm building... This page, thumb, doesn't have a limerick either. So you see, I haven't got them going yet, but I know one which has a limerick. Yesterday I was reading one about a man on a train. The train one has a limerick. So if I copy that and try to open a new page with train, I'll show you a limerick example if it loads quickly enough. And then we're going to see if we can write a limerick for phone. So, oh, that loaded very quickly. That's strange. Sometimes it doesn't load at all. So, example words. A, aviation, train, paid, rain, paid. Now, here is a limerick.
Mm-hmm.
Can you, well, it's a little bit naughty, this one, actually, so I'm going to change this one a little bit. It's not too bad, but it's a bit naughty. So, an amorous couple in Spain were about to make love on the train. But their pleasure was marred because a tiresome guard pulled the emergency chain. So look at the pattern here. We've got A, A. So 1, 2, and 5 rhyme. An amorous couple in Spain were about to make love on the train, but their pleasure was marred because a tiresome guard pulled the emergency chain. Now, who knows what marred means?
Spoiled.
Spoiled, yes. Spoiled, right. So I want us to write a limerick for some of these missing pages which don't have limericks. So we're going to work on the phone limerick now. So we need 5 lines. So the rhyme pattern is line 1 ending in a phone sound. So we end in phone sound. Line 2 also, I can't do the shift. So line 2 ends in phone, and line 5 ends in phone sound. The line 3 and 4 must rhyme. So you can choose any other rhyming sound for line 3 and line 4. You can even write just the first line and try to ask other people to help you. So, Mayin, can you read this one? Can you read this example limerick and see if you get the rhythm right? So, like da duddla duddla dum, ba 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 la bum ba bum, da diddly do da doodle do da duddla dum da dum. Can you read it?
An amorous couple in Spain were about to make love on a train, but their pleasure was marred.
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 The double R actually helps me a bit to know that it's R, marred, but instead of marred, because if there's a single consonant, for example, if I type this word, it's taped, and tapped is this. So this works usually, but not always in American English, because, for example, traveller, it works in British English spelling, but not in American. So the Americans would spell it like this, and that looks like Travilla, but we know there isn't such a word, and so sometimes when there isn't a problem word, then we just drop the double consonant. So but their pleasure was marred. Okay, have another go.
Okay, but their pleasure was marred, cause a tiresome word pulled the emergency chain.
Guard. Who is the guard?
God.
Who is that guard?
Guard is like a policeman.
Yes, police
On a
officer.
train, there's sometimes a guard's van is the final van sometimes, the final carriage, but not so much these days because of the modern rolling stock. But in the old days, there was a kind of brown-coloured wooden wagon at the back, which was the guard's van. I think you can still see them in the US.
It's the person who checked your ticket, no?
They do a lot of other things, yeah. They do that kind of stuff, and they make sure that bicycles are put in the special carriage and things like this. So let's have a go and see who can make a limerick for phone. So usually we can start writing about a person. We can choose. Let's go to the phone page and find the words we can use. So we can use the words from the phone page. So I need the word list here. We've got all of these words here that you can use, and they can be the end word or the final word of the first, second, and fifth line. So we could choose 3 of those words that are interesting and then try to make the first and second lines with, let's just choose 2 words. Who can give me 2 interesting words from that list? Or 2 other interesting O words? Drove, clone, okay. Let me make the first 2 lines with drove and clone. So which shall be first? Can you also try some lines as well if you can? It's difficult to do a line feed on Verbling Chat. I tried control return, but that didn't work. So I might have to do one line at a time.
There once was a student. On a clown. No, I don't have talent.
What about loan? I applied. There was a student. There was a student named. Who knows a name that ends with a phone sound? Joan.
Joan, yes.
There was a student named Joan
Who
applied for a loan.
Applied for a loan.
And can you finish that one off? 2 more lines for that one. Now we change to another sound. So you pick your sound, and try to change. So there was a student named Joan who applied for a loan. Does it scan?
Alone.
I think the sentence, the second one, is too short, isn't it? Who applied for a loan? It's not quite long enough. It doesn't scan.
Who wanted to apply for a loan?
Yes. Because it has a certain rhythm, and we need to keep the rhythm. And we're practicing our intonation as well. So there was a student named Joan who wanted to apply for a loan.
When
She was
went
to the bank.
to the bank.
She went to the bank.
Yes.
She went to the bank. There was a student. I'm writing it down as well.
On the row. No. When she went to the bank, let's
Okay.
use another word. When she went to the bank, they said
She's a crank.
What is crank?
They thought she was a crank.
So she
That's a
started
bit-
to moan.
And so she began to moan, yes.
Very funny.
Let's see if I've got that. When she went to the bank, they said she's a crank. And so she began to moan. Right, that's the phone limerick. Shall we make another limerick? Let's read it first. Who can say that limerick out loud and get the nice? Can you, Hazel? Can you remember it all?
There was a student named Joan who wanted to apply for a loan. When she went to the bank, they thought she was a crank.
And so
And so, I don't know.
she started to moan, or something
And
like that.
So she started to moan, yes.
So, who can tell me another diphthong vowel sound? We've got bike, for example. Is that interesting? We've got bike. That one's not loading as quickly as the last one. We've got train. So let's go for bike. Let's see if we can do the bike one. So bike, words that have that sound. Let's have some words, please, that have the bike sound. Bike.
Like.
Like.
Yeah.
And any more?
Hike.
Hike. They all seem to have the same spelling, don't they? Yes.
Hike.
What was that one?
It's the kind of
kite, yes.
pike.
Pike, yeah. A fish.
Pike, yes. The big fish. River fish with strange teeth that don't let you get out. Bites your finger. Strike, yes.
Dike.
Dike. That's got a different spelling, I think, hasn't it? Mike. Yeah, Mike. I've got some words on the screen now. Let's see. We've got fire. Fire. I. Tie. Buyer. Fire. Liar. Liar. Tire. Pliers. Does anyone know what pliers are?
It's a tool, no?
It is. It's a pair of pliers. So it's not
pull a nail
tool.
out of a wall or so.
Yeah. You can grip things very tightly like a crocodile, but pliers. And we say, just like scissors, we say a pair of pliers.
To ply means to provide, no?
It's a tool.
There is a verb, to ply me with drink. Yes. To keep... It's not just provide, I think it's give a lot of. To ply me with drink. Now, here we've got some interesting words. Sigh could be nice for a limerick. And pie is quite filling. Diet is quite emotive. So we've got some good words like crime. So let's see if we can do one. Maybe we can use the middle filler from phone. So we need the first and second line with an I sound. First and second word. Who's going to start me off?
A cheerful old lady on a bike.
I like this. It's quite poetic. A cheerful old lady on a bike.
British old ladies usually go on a bike.
Yeah, with a straw hat on and a long dress and
Yes.
a bicycle bell. Yeah.
Went for a ride on a dike.
Went for a ride on a dike.
Yes.
Now, how do I spell dike? Is it D-Y-K-E?
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of them in Holland, don't they? We have them in...
No, not Y. It's I.
Well, mine is Y.
I-K-E.
Also, D-I-K-E.
Yeah.
D-I-K-E is also in my dictionary. I've got also D-I-K-E. D-Y-K-E is the way I spelt it.
Like.
A wall built to prevent the sea. We do have them, actually, near where I live. So it's also dike, D-I-K-E. A wall built to prevent the sea or a river from covering an area, or a channel dug to take water away from an area. So we've got the first two lines, haven't we?
So let's see what happened with the old lady.
A pike might come in handy at the end, but I don't know the middle bit.
Struggling.
Strong.
Suddenly, let's say about something about suddenly.
Does it have to end with Ike?
The next two lines don't end in. They can change sound.
It can be something like, suddenly she saw a strike.
Can you write that line?
I don't know whether it's correct.
Let's see.
I'll write it. Suddenly she...
Alice, you've got lots of background noise.
Oh, yes.
So just Alice, keep your mic quiet when you're not speaking and just unmute when you just say something. She saw people on strike, yeah, but we've got... Well, I like the pike ending, actually. If we can end with a pike, I think it's going to be funny, don't you?
Perhaps something with a boat. She discovered a boat or so. For the
She discovered a boat. That's good. She discovered... Now, what does she do to get her finger bitten by a pike or something like that? She discovered a boat.
Suddenly she discovered a boat.
In the middle of the road.
Yes. You are a poet.
Boat and road don't quite... We need two oat.
Yeah, oat, yeah.
Boat. Well, it's interesting because they... Listen to that. Boat has the O sound.
But
and
it was very cold.
road does, but they don't really rhyme, do they? Boat, road.
So suddenly
do, but not quite so strongly.
Boat.
Even
with an old man with a coat.
Oh yeah.
How's it going to finish? We're getting tangled.
On it, an old man in a coat.
She
discovered a boat. On it, an old man with a coat or so.
She discovered
a boat, but it was too cold.
No, that doesn't work. Cold and boat.
No.
She jumped on a boat, not wearing her coat, and was bitten by a pike.
Okay. Yeah, it worked.
Okay. So now, what's the next sound we can do? Another diphthong sound. We've done phone and we've done bike. What other diphthong sounds are there? We've got train. The train one was good. The train one, is it still there? No, it's gone. No, there it is. An amorous couple in Spain were about to make love on a train, but their pleasure was marred because a tiresome guard pulled the emergency chain. Who hasn't said anything yet? Let's see if we've got somebody in the room who hasn't said a word. Nokmal, are you there? Could you read this?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's a little bit naughty, but not too bad, I think. But would you be able to read that limerick and try to get the scan right, try to get the rhythm correct? Like, an amorous couple in Spain were about to make love on a train, but their pleasure was marred because a tiresome guard pulled the emergency chain.
So I need to read it again?
Can you read it like that, with a kind of rhythm like that? See if you can do that.
Okay. Alright. An amorous couple in Spain were about to make love on a train, but their pleasure was marred because a tiresome guard pulled the emergency chain.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So now, tell me another diphthong sound. We've done these three. We've done phone, we've done bike, and we've done train. Not rain, train. So, are there any other diphthong sounds you know? Do you know what the word diphthong means?
Let me think first. No, is it? I mean, the rhythm at the back.
It's when something changes. So some vowels are fixed, like I, e, o, fixed. They don't change. Even if I make them long, they stay the same. My mouth is fixed. O. But the diphthongs close your mouth when you say them, like ow, o, I, a. They change. So give me another diphthong, please. See if we can do one more in 5 minutes.
Joy.
Oi, oi, yes. And my keyword on in my pronunciation book is boy. So let's go for this one, please, everybody. So we want line 1, line 2, and line 5 have boy. And let's see if there's another diphthong sound we haven't used yet for the filling in. Maybe chair, chair, air, care. So off we go. Let's do it. Line 1, line 2 with boy.
A little cheeky boy was playing with a toy.
Here's some words. Ploy, destroy, coin, spoil, boil, oil, enjoy. The boy enjoyed playing with his toys. So let's see if we can make a limerick up. Mimo, can you read some of these sentences? Mimo, can you read the boy sound?
Okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello? Can't hear you.
Hello? Hello?
Sound's going a bit, sorry.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah, very faint. Hardly hear you at all, actually. I don't know what about the others, but I can hardly hear you.
Okay, what am I supposed to read?
I'd like you to try and read those sentences, but I can't hear you. Your voice sounds like you are a long way away.
Okay. I can fix it.
You sound like somebody's in the cellar at the other end of the building, secretly listening to a radio, and they don't want me to hear it. So the boy enjoyed playing with his toys. Who can read that for me?
Can I?
Yeah, read them then, and then everybody else think about how we're going to make a limerick. So yes, read them, please.
The boy enjoyed playing with his toys.
And keep going.
Okay, the singers were annoyed.
Stop, because you know, in this kind of practice, I'm going to jump on you as soon as I hear anything. Now, we don't say singers unless our name is John Lennon or we're from Liverpool. The singers. Everywhere else we say singers. We say finger, but singers. So the singers were annoyed by the noise in the audience.
It's Blair. I cannot say. Okay, now I can say. The singers were annoyed by the noise in the audience.
And I heard war, not were. Were.
Okay, were.
Yeah. Okay, number 3.
The royal cannot see. Advisors were loyal.
Good. Loyal was great.
Okay, overboiling the oysters will spoil them.
Perfect. Yeah, we're rocking now. Come on, number 5.
The coins fell onto the. I cannot read because it's Blair.
Oh, is it not? Yeah, we've got some problems with the connection right now, but try if you can.
Yeah. Point to the right ointment.
Perfectly read. Well done. You're doing well now. I can't find a mistake. So number 7.
Oil that metal coil, please.
Yeah, I'd like a bit more eggy and away from metal. Yeah, that's good.
Metal. Okay.
Metal. Yeah. Okay. And next one.
The boy destroyed the toy shop.
Yeah, your the is a little bit missing the the. It's going a bit dirty. So the boy destroyed the toy shop. Get a bit more on the the.
The boy destroyed the toy shop.
Yeah, I would go for the toy and the if it's a vowel. So, but that's okay. And this one?
The rag was oily.
Nice. And the last one?
This alloy coin has a royal head on one side.
Now that one I didn't like. I didn't like this one because alloy this one actually is strange because it's not like ahead, away, it's alloy.
Okay, alloy. I
This
didn't
alloy,
know.
and do you know what it means?
No, no.
If you mix two metals together, two metal elements, do you know the
Okay.
word in chemistry element?
Yes, sure.
So like something like tin and copper, you get the Bronze Age, and bronze is an alloy.
Okay, I understand now.
So read that number 10 again.
This alloy coin.
Alloy.
This alloy coin
Alloy.
has a royal.
You're doing the kind of ahead, away, alloy, but it's not allure. There is a word allure to tease somebody and maybe attract them, to allure them, but this is alloy.
Alloy.
So the stress is on the first part, alloy. Most words that begin with the letter A, you read them as you just did, like ahead, away. But this one is an exception. So this alloy coin has a royal head on one side, and I want that air here, head.
Hat.
Come on, you've done some great work. Just get this one right.
Okay. This alloy coin has a royal hat on one side.
Well, I think that one has got you there because the rest of them were brilliant, really good. But this has got to be alloy and
I
head.
will train it.
Yeah, head, bread, said, bed. That's an S sound, right? So where are we going to now? We haven't got time to finish. I'm going to put some sound file submissions against all of these when I've got them straight. But I'm interested in collecting some good limericks too. So I'm going to post my Facebook group for Verbling, www.f, and then find it here, Verbling students. So if you have any ideas for limericks, just post them here, please. And
Okay.
they will be added in. So where are we? Just saying goodbye now. I'm just going to post that and that's it. I'm off to do some writing now. So that's it for the pronunciation. I'm going to do some writing now. In the writing class, we have to use correct grammar all the way in the Verbling chat. We'll all write the same thing together. So see you over there if you've got time to join.
Okay, thank you.
Bye now.
Bye, thank you. Bye.